Yeah, the title of this video is not clickbait. Last night I got to see Hideo Kojima in person alongside George Miller, director of Mad Max and all of those films, at the Sydney Film Festival. I guess this is going to be a video documenting what happened and what was discussed during the conversation between the two of them. I'm quite the cinephile with how like movies are made, how like direction, photography, all of that stuff is made with film. This conversation was kind of like insightful as to their process into how they make their different mediums like games and movies and all of that. The crossover between both of them, synergy, and how that correlates into Death Stranding 2, which is set in Australia, so that's why Kojima is here, which I don't think he said last night. He hasn't been here since like 8 years ago, I think. He was gonna come before the pandemic hit, but then it happened, so he couldn't. This is like a once in a lifetime opportunity and event, so I'm privileged to have gone. I won a contest to get tickets because it was sold out, so thank you PlayStation Australia, I guess, for choosing me alongside other 50 people. Also, PlayStation, Kojima Productions, Sydney Film Festival, and the Australian government, please don't sue me if I'm not allowed to talk about this. I'm not sure. I have double checked on the internet and your websites, and it says nothing, so I'm gonna guess I'm allowed to talk about the event, but if I'm not allowed to, please don't sue me, I'll just take the video down. Thank you. I went with my dad because the competition had 2 tickets, so I took him with me. He's a fan of George Miller. Ooh, he knows Mad Max and all those films. I'm a Kojima guy. I don't think he knew anything about Kojima, so on the car ride to the town hall, I started telling him about stuff, because he thought that George Miller and Kojima were making a Mad Max game, but that's just not the case. Miller is in Death Stranding 2, so that's the correlation between both of them. And because Kojima is just a fan of Miller's work, so I guess that's how they both relate, because Kojima likes Miller's work. Miller, I think, likes Kojima's work. I don't think he said that during the conference, but he's like, he has respect for Kojima in that sense. When we showed up to the town hall, the place was a absolute riot. It was the line wrapped around the block, and if you've ever been to the town hall in Sydney, you know there's a street like right next to it. It wrapped around the street, and it like went next to the town hall for like maybe 300-400 people at least that many people. It was like a 10-minute wait to get into the place. I'll pop up a photo I took of just how many people. It's not the best photo, but you can kind of see like the line, and maybe I'll pop up a video too of the film festival's Instagram, who they filmed the line, and that's not even the full length of it. It's like there was like at least a couple more people behind, so it was absolute wild. It was like we started walking in, and someone says, "Oh, is this the Kojima line?" So you know when that's the case, that it's like a big event. It's lots of people there just to see these two guys talk for like an hour. You know, it's a big time. It's a big event. I don't think this happens very often. I don't think I've seen it before at the film festival. Maybe Miller, but Kojima definitely not. But when you showed up into the actual town hall, they had photos of the characters. I think Lei Seydoux character Fragile. Ella Fanning, Tamara. I'm trying to remember the names because I'm not too in depth with Death Stranding 2. I know some stuff, but the first game story is also a very, very confusing narrative, so trying to follow that without. I haven't actually played Death Stranding 1 because I don't have it on my PS4. I thought I had it on Epic Games when it came for free, but apparently I don't, so that's kind of annoying. But I guess I might buy it before the second one comes out in like 2 weeks. But yeah, so you showed up in there. I should pop up another photo. There was just a crowd of people just in like the lobby kind of area. Backdrops for people to take photos in. There was one one with Kojima Productions, PS5, all of that. Just like brand stuff. Then there was one for Death Stranding 2 with, I think it was the main cover of the game with Sam, the main character, and BB. Or I don't know that's what it's called in the first game. I don't know what the actual character's name is now because it's different. I know some Death Stranding were granted, but it's very confusing. So after that, me and my dad, it was very crowded. We just want to get our seats because it was already like 10 minutes before it started. So we just looked around for a bit, then walked straight in, found our seats. think we had a pretty good seat for getting free tickets, especially. Like we could see him. There was a big screen anyways, so whenever they were talking, we'd just change between them. So if Miller, go to Miller. Kojima and his interpreter, translator, who did a fucking excellent job. That guy needs to like get heaps more credit. He's translating to Kojima what everyone in English is saying, then he's saying what Kojima is saying in English so everyone else can understand. That takes a lot of effort, and I must give full like applause to that, because I don't know how the hell someone does that. That's incredible. I think that guy's with Kojima a lot too. I looked at different events. He's with him a lot, I think. If it's the same guy. Pretty sure it is. I'll put up a video now of like when you were in the event, like sitting down. The music was just swelling the room. I don't know if it's from the game. I think it might be, unless it's just like stock for the festival, which it could also be, which I wouldn't be surprised. But the music was fucking great as a music guy, because I make music. It's fucking orchestral, was perfection, I guess. I don't know, it was just fantastic. So I sat there for a while. More people swarmed in. They had a reel of stuff for the festival. This is the point where I don't have like photos at all, because you're not allowed to take photos in there or video of the event. So if I start going a bit wheezy, it's because I can't remember exactly what was the events or what happened. But I'll just edit it through so you can have a kind of somewhat seen through idea. So yeah, they had a film reel, then they introduced it. I think it was the CEO of the film festival came up first, introduced it, then some honorable member, I don't know his name, their name was, I think it was a guy. Then I think it was something for the government. It's all like government stuff because it's funded by the government. I don't remember their names, so we'll just skip past that portion of it, but thanks for introducing it, I guess. Then Kojima walked up, the crowd went fucking wild. As soon as him and Miller walked up, it was an absolute storm. It was fucking fantastic to hear. Like, I've never seen an event like that in my life. Like, even being like a footy game or something is not comparable. The people that like are interested in this, like, paid money, because that was $50 a ticket. I was considering buying it before it sold out, but yeah, they were expensive tickets. They weren't cheap, but I mean, for the like event you're going to, it is pretty cheap. But you don't get to see that very often. But yeah, then they walked up. I think they might have played a trailer for Death Stranding 2 first, and like Kojima started talking about it, the narrative of how it like he wanted to improve it from the first game. He also mentioned the zoo, which he went to that like previously in the day. Pop up some of his Instagram videos, because Kojima posts a lot on his Instagram. He posts so much. I don't know how he does that. He posts like at least like 10 posts a day on his Instagram. It's wild. Then yeah, it was fucking funny. Like the again, to the translator, his mannerism as to how he's translating Kojima's like words is really funny. I don't know if it's like how Kojima's saying it, like if it's his words or just the translator speaking it out, but it was really good. So again, good on that guy. He deserves more credit than he's given. Next, they moved on to how Australia, like the setting, is like incorporated into Death Stranding 2 and Miller, because Miller is a character in the game. I think his name's Tarman, from what I remember. I'll pop up an image on screen as to his character. They just walk through like his meaning, and they didn't spoil it because Kojima didn't want to spoil anything because it's just how he is. Didn't say that much about it. There was a black cat, which Tarman has, which has story significance, which I don't know. I don't think anyone there knows besides Kojima, because he didn't tell anyone. So that's mainly the Death Stranding portion of it, I think. No, I think that was it. I didn't do too much about it. It was mainly just like Miller and Kojima just talking about their own like experiences with filmmaking. One last thing about Death Stranding 2 they did say, which I don't think was public at the time, but it's public now. The Filippo brothers, I think I'm pronouncing their name right, directors of Talk to Me and Bring Her Back, two great Australian films which have taken over the globe. Really good filmmakers. They were there and they're in the game. Kojima posted it, they posted it now, so I'm gonna put some images on the screen as to what the characters look like. I think they're just cameo roles, but then again, he also said they were main characters, so maybe they're just a bit of both, who knows, with Kojima. But they were in the crowd. I got so close to taking a photo with them. I was taking a video at the end, like after the event was on, of like the scenery, the like lobby area, and you can see in the background they're right there taking photos with people. I should have walked up as soon as I heard it, because I heard someone say it first before I noticed. But I got so close to them, then staff told us to get out. So missed opportunity there. I wish I would have done that. So after the Filippo brothers and all of the Death Stranding stuff, it was mostly Miller talking about his experience with video games and like how he has personally experienced like storytelling in them. He mentioned MXX and Kojima's, like how long Kojima's been doing it. He's been doing it for ages. He's been doing it for like 30, 40 years, which again, that's a lot of respect between the two of them. How long Kojima has been just supporting the medium of like film and gaming, coinciding with his like Metal Gear and all of that, and Death Stranding. There was no mention of Metal Gear, by the way. I don't know if that's like a thing he's not allowed to say. No one mentioned Metal Gear, which kind of I think it's probably just a Konami thing. He just doesn't want to mention Konami. Miller talked a bit more about just his I think how video games like helped him bond with like different members of his family. Mentioning Sonic. And I think, like, I started to wrap up there, because it was only for an hour, so it wasn't too long. Again, like, Miller started off, like, when they finished, like, just saying how important both of these mediums are and the synergy between both of them. The importance of recognizing them, and especially in places like Australia, where, movies and film aren't, like, as held high as Hollywood films, but, how he, as director of Mad Max, which are like Oscar-winning films, how they've been able to get Australia's seen more than again in Kojima, because Australia, Death Stranding too. How that's also allowing Australia to be seen by the wider public, I guess, wider audience. Yeah, I think that was pretty much it for the event. Kojima wrapped up. Actually, no, they stopped Kojima before he could finish or say anything. Just want to quickly add in here, Kojima did speak a bit, just mostly wrapping up and talking about games, Miller, and Australia. Like, I'm not exactly sure, I can't remember too much, so that's probably why I forgot to mention it here. But yeah, it was mostly a wrap up because they were going over time, so they wanted to get it done as quick as possible. But give some credit there. They did talk about stuff, I just forgot, so they're just putting that in there. One final thing again, because I forgot to add more stuff in this discussion. So sorry about that. Stephanie, I think her nickname was Hex, which is an online one. She was the moderator for the conversation. A huge thank you and like good job, I guess. How you conducted yourself. I don't know why I'm talking like a smart person. It was good questions, very lively, just good energy, I guess, from the host. Didn't like interrupt George Miller or Kojima during when they were talking. So thank you for that, and sorry for forgetting to mention you here. But here you go. They bring out a gift for Miller, which was a poster of Death Stranding 2 with Kojima signing it. I think that was it. There was a thank you at the end. Then we all went off. Then that's when the Filippo brothers went out to take photos of people, and I missed my opportunity to. So I'm quite upset with that. That would have been cool to have in my camera roll, but took a couple photos with the background they had there. I won't show them on the screen because I don't want to show my face like a mysterious person that I am. Yeah, that's basically it. That's the recap of what happened. Hopefully I don't get sued for saying this. I don't think you would, because like it's just an event. But please, Sony, Kojima Productions, Cine Film Festival, and the government, don't sue me and get me arrested, please. I want to go back to your events, and please let me go and don't like blacklist me from going. But yeah, that was pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed. Again, check out the Letterboxd if you also like film. I don't watch too many as of recently, just because of school. Yeah, then check out the music, of course, if you like listening to music. More will be out eventually when I decide to start finishing stuff. But yeah, thank you for watching, thank you for listening. I'll see you on the next one, and goodbye.